That's a deer. Strange things have been going on here the last couple days. They've been almost walking up to me as if for protection or safety because of what may or may not be lurking in these forests around us. I'm trying to catch my breath. I brought you guys out on another run here this morning to explain my plan. I have a plan. I'm going to explain my plan to you during what I'm calling Operation Fit and Happy here. Little project I've set up for myself. That wasn't a deer. We're running on the old country roads surrounding my homestead. Around me on both sides of the road are the properties that border my property, so there's some weird stuff happening all around everywhere. So keep getting my 6. So my plan, try to keep that sun out of your eyes. Of course they like to hide in the sun, don't they? Here's my take on this. Twice a year, it's getting eerily silent in here. I was hearing like some howls or something in the far distance. They might be closing in on us. Twice a year, we seem to be visited by, potentially, Dogman. Seems to happen in the spring, and it seems to happen in late fall. Why is this? I think I've pretty much pinpointed it. And I think it's because these are the times when the Bigfoot Sasquatch, who potentially live in the forest behind our house, kind of go on hiatus for a couple of weeks at a time. How? In the spring, to mate up at their breeding grounds. Then in the fall, on a partial migration, it's almost as if they reconnect with some of their family members who are migrating south for the winter, hang out with them for a couple weeks and then come back because they don't want to leave us. This is just my theory, but this is based upon observing this behavior for the last 2 years. And I think during those times of get my 6. I hear the howls. Dog-like, dog-ish, but not a dog. Because as I was about to say, in his, her, it, or their absence, their arch nemesis, Dogman, comes about. Let's get closer. Guys, we're out in an area where they do a lot of marshmallow farming. You know, a lot of you folks say you love these videos because not only are they filled potentially with Bigfoot Sasquatch, and now it appears maybe Dogman, but you talk about how you learn so much about trees and vegetables, agriculture, stuff like that. My face is red because I've already run more than 2 miles and it's in the 80s already, even though it's like 8 a.m. my time. Well, I didn't just get up. I've been up for a couple of hours already, but been out doing other things. Making the first high definition video by the way of this new plan. But at the end of this video, my point was, still trying to catch my breath. I just stopped. If you haven't seen that video of a brief history of marshmallow farming in the United States, or in America, whatever it's called, I'm gonna put it on the end of this one. It's like one of those end screen videos. You gotta watch that. You have no clue what our forefathers and ancestors went through to bring you those luscious marshmallows. Keep getting my 6. Anything can be weaving in and out of those wood lines back there. So anyway, Operation Fit and Happy. In the last 6 months, I've gotten a kind of a pooch belly. It's from ice cream. I eat half a quart a night, no lie. Me and Dearly, aka Giggly Girl, my beautiful bride, who, by the way, has her own YouTube channel now called Life with Dearly. Go check it out. She's killing it over there. My theory is that it's because she's much better to look at than me. And her giggle, her laugh is infectious. Go check it out, Life with Dearly. But the end of our super long day, because we start early, 5:30, 6. Go till dark. We were out in the gardens last night weeding till dark with our son. But we'll snuggle up in front of Netflix and watch. Our kick now seems to be supernatural because she's got this massive, almost concerning celebrity crush on Jensen Ackles, the guy that plays Dean in that show. Whatever, I get it. I'm like, don't you like the other guy? He seems to have more depth. She's like, oh no, he's too emotional. I just like Dean. He's just super handsome and good looking and he gets it done. So anyway, make sure nothing's gonna flank me over here. That happens. So I eat all this ice cream for like half a quart. I literally checked it today before I came out on my run. I've got a container of Breyer's Snickers ice cream in the freezer right now, and it says 1.5 quarts, and it only takes me 3 settings to eat that. So I put on a belly, and I've been aware of this. I've been keeping my eyes on it. But I'm 46 now, and I said, as these pounds started coming on, I said, you know what? I've always been so concerned about pushing and pushing and pushing, going the extra mile. For the first time in my life, I'm gonna be fat and happy. I'm gonna get this gut. I'm gonna be fat, because I'm happy. Now I'm gonna be fat and happy. Well, now I got the gut, I'm not so happy about it. So, once again, I'm reverting back to being fit and happy. Nothing wrong with being fit and happy. I'm gonna blind you with the sun. All right, guys. I am approaching an area of key interest. We had some activity last time I came through here. If you watched that video, it's when I made the announcement about putting my new book, Bigfoot Sasquatch Files, Volume 1, in print. Hold on, I see something. Let me get closer. It got away from me. Keep getting my 6. This is the exact spot where we saw it. Go like that. Almost as if it was cloaking while it did last time. When I was talking about my book, Bigfoot Sasquatch Files, Volume 1, now being available in print, at the link in the description here. It's exactly what I said last time. Now, with all that said, I tried to catch up to it. I sprinted, which is difficult for me these days because of all that ice cream. So anyway, while I'm out here doing Operation Fit and Happy, now it's time to explain to you the plan, because we have a plan. Oh, oh my heavens. Talk right here for a minute. Keep getting my 6. I saw that. Did you? I got to move a little bit. I've gone about 2.5 miles now. I can't just stop, but I'm going to go very slowly. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Okay, I've made a couple videos in 1080 high definition here lately with my iPhone 11, my new phone. And this is because of the supportive people who know how to ask nicely and who are polite. Those of you who are still watching this video. Not the ones who say, why don't you do high definition? Because then we could see that this is all fake. No, you're not going to get anything in life. And I'm going to prove it to you right here. But it's the people... Exact same spot. Exact same spot as last time. What is that? Do 6, do 6. Keep your eyes on it, keep your eyes on it. Other than that one bird, which is probably a messenger, it has gotten eerily quiet right here. So the new plan. The new plan started this morning already. I took that new iPhone 11 out. It records in 1080 HD. I've talked about how long it takes to upload those videos because of my spotty internet connection out here in the middle of nowhere. You know, we had a commenter, and I can't remember the name, but he lives in Bumpus, Virginia. He commented on that video. He said, most people have no clue how rural Central Virginia is. It's like you're in the middle, it's like the middle of nowhere for the East Coast. And like he mentioned that he can't even get cell phone service in his own house. So anyway, I mean, it takes hours to upload those videos. So anyway, and you got to keep tapping the phone so it doesn't fall asleep, because every time it falls asleep, you got to restart it. But what I'm doing, and I started this morning, and you're going to see the first video of this later today. You'll have to forgive me if I might be doing 2 videos a day for a short time until potential Bigfoot Sasquatch comes back from their mating grounds and runs this Dogman off. Okay, the Dogman usually stays for like 10 days to 2 weeks in the spring and in the fall because of reasons I mentioned earlier. Okay, I'm down in the ravine where last time, okay, there's like a stream here. We had a very strange weather event move in on us here last time. It's like all of a sudden it clouded up and rained right here and nowhere else. I just saw branches move over here as if something was hiding behind them, but I'm hearing footsteps, and there's no one here but me. Okay, so I went out this morning, took the new phone, and recorded parts of my property in high definition 1080. The video is about 5.5 minutes long. I'm going to upload it here later today, because even at that, at 1080 with my spotty internet, I'm going to show you this side of the road because this is where I heard and saw the movement. It's going to take an hour, I don't know, a long time to upload that. But I'm going to do it. Now in these videos, I don't talk, I don't speak, which is kind of the same thing. I just heard a sound like Predator in the Predator movie. In the exact spot where I saw limbs moving, but nothing was there. There's something in this ravine with me. So in this series of tests, okay, that's a woodpecker, I know what that is. In this series of test videos I'm making, you might not even see me. I'm just holding the phone. I'm recording in places where I see movement, detect movement, hear odd noises, or just get this sixth sense feeling that something's there. They're going to be shorter than my typical videos because there may or may not be anything there. And some people have asked, why do you do this? Sometimes I miss the obvious. Our best capture ever to date, who people say is probably the best potential Bigfoot Sasquatch footage on the internet, the best clip since the Patterson film, which we made, you know, the video we've got pinned on our about page here on YouTube. It's called "He Discovers the Lair of Bigfoot and is told loud and clear he is not welcome." Somewhere between 17 and 18 minutes we capture that thing. I never saw that when I was out there in the woods 40 yards away from it. When I uploaded and published that video, you guys started screaming it out and time stamping it. I went back and looked. I felt the hair on my arm stand up. I don't want to blind you with the sun over there, so I'm going to go back over on this side. So anyway, I'm going to throw these videos out there. Okay, they're going to be taken randomly throughout the day, mostly around 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm walking around having my coffee, seeing how the trees and the vegetables are doing, see if we've got any evidence that we were visited the night before. They're going to be 5 minutes to 10 minutes long. No story time. I'm not going to be telling you about my ice cream addiction, how pretty my wife is. Y'all know it anyway. I'm not going to be telling you to go buy my book, which I've kind of worn out in the last week, but a lot of you have done that. Thank you for that. Volume 2 is well in the works. I can't thank you enough, guys. In the past, when I've written from the heart, when I've written the stories I wanted to write, they never really did that good. And I went for a couple of years where I actually wrote for money. And I I did okay doing it. I was able to come back to the U.S., bring my family, and get this place out here in the country from doing it. But I just never felt good about doing something I loved for a paycheck. Reminds me, the first time I did that was with running. I used to be passionate about running. Was a state champion miler in high school just because of sheer passion. Then I got a scholarship to run track in college, and I quit after 2 years. And the biggest reason was because our coach constantly reminded me if I wasn't hitting the splits during practice he wanted me to hit, if I didn't perform as well in the races as he wanted me to perform, he would remind me that they were paying me a full tuition waiver to run track for them, and they expected more. So it turned something I was passionate about into a paycheck, and it killed the love. I quit. Continued to run on my own, but not for a team. So it was the same with writing. So what I'm thanking you for right now is the fact that you actually went out there and got your copy, whether it's e-copy or print copy, on Amazon of Bigfoot Sasquatch Files Volume 1, catapulted it in its first week into the top 10 in three different genres for best hot news sellers on Amazon. Hey guys, I flipped the phone around because I realized I was getting ready to blind you with the sun again. But my point of that is, thank you. Thank you. I get to do both now. It's like, yeah, since the 90s, I've been publishing. Almost 30 years now. Watch for movement over there. I don't know, so I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And so I'm going to be making these high definition videos. Look, if you see something, if you hear something, put the timestamp, call it out. I'll go back and look, and then I'll follow up with that. I said earlier, before I got flashed, I do kind of lose my senses when those things happen. I said I was going to show that, just being a mean old nasty vertically challenged individual that lives on the bridges doesn't pay off. What we're doing with these high def videos, we're doing for the supporters. And speaking of support, I want you guys to all go say hello to someone, okay? And I do this once a year. And if I'm asked to do this, I never do. But we'll have these Bigfoot Sasquatch people they'll contact us and they'll say, hey, let's team up. Well, I ignore them. I have no desire to team up with anybody. So then they come back the next day and they say, you never responded to me, so I think you're fake. I'm going to get my group of buddies together and we're going to expose you. It's like they want to bully you into joint forming some sort of alliance. I'm a lone wolf, bro. I hunt alone. But we get some people in the community who aren't like that. They know the golden rule, like our viewers who are getting these high definition videos starting a little bit later today after this one's uploaded. Sugar draws more flies than honey. Go say hello to Central Michigan Bigfoot. Go say hello to Ohio Bigfoot, and go say hello to Bigfoot and more. These guys, part of the community, they comment sometimes on our channel. They never bash. They never ask, hey, give me a shout out like I just did. That was for free. And they never say, hey, let's form an alliance. And then when I blow them off, come back the next day. That's happened. And I've kept my eyes on people who have done that. Big zeros. If you look at the performance of what they're doing, big zeros. Nada, nothing. They're not getting nothing. It's funny. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and you'll be treated the way you want to be treated. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. So guys, I've taken up enough of your time. I got about 1.5 miles to get home, put this thing together. But that's the plan here. I don't know how long it's going to last, but again, I'm not pulling your chain by putting 5 to 10 minute videos up of nothing and where I'm just showing my homestead. Oh, look how much this grass has grown today. No, there's a reason for it. I'm going out there, and part of it's trickery on regard to the Dogman. If I'm out there doing this right here, just like back there, like we saw, they hear me talking, they see me holding the camera, they flee. We try to catch them. We're not that fast. Maybe back in the day, back when I was a 4.5 minute miler, might have kept up with them better, but not today. I'm like an 8 minute miler. just grateful to be able to run a mile or 5 or 6 or whatever. So anyway, that's the plan. Watch for these videos. If you don't want to watch them, don't. If you watch them, you... All right, guys, time to go.